Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Saglage, aka Sag. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update as to what happened over spring break, this traumatic experience that myself, my wife, and my parents were involved with. Really, the only thing of any telltale, and I wish I had footage of it, but unfortunately, that's how the dice rolls. Because when you're in a life or death situation and you're terrified for your life and you have to leave, sometimes it's not going to happen. So, with that being said, make sure you guys stay tuned and hear the whole story throughout and what really happened over spring break. As you guys know, my parents came down to visit us. Usually during this time, during spring break, my wife and I, we usually go up to see them in South Carolina. But they wanted to see the house. We just had a brand new house this year. They wanted to come down and see it. It's been a while and they needed to get away from their house and have some fun. So they came down, they stayed for the week. It was awesome. My parents' health being the way it is now, we didn't get to go out and do all these crazy things, but regardless, we made sure to spend the most effort enjoying time with family and friends. On Tuesday, I believe it might have been Monday, but I think it was Tuesday, my wife sent a text over the weekend and said, hey, I've been looking at some things that we can go to, we can drive through that they can enjoy. So we decided to take a trip as a whole to, it was technically called Kenansville, which is near St. Cloud. And what it was it's called Wild Florida. It's a thing that's near Gatorland. Wild Florida, it is a Idlewild, it's Hollow Wild where I'm growing up. It's where you drive through a compound where they keep wild animals. And it's kind of like one of those zoo things where you just get to see them in a natural environment. The animals are safe, they're taken care of, they have free range of the park. And it was really nice. There were two rules when coming in. We get there, and the rule was number one, make sure you keep a 5-mile-an-hour maximum speed limit. Number two, don't feed the pets. This will come in to play later. So we get there around 9-ish o'clock, and we get this, and they say basically, hey, since you're here, you can take as many trips through. You can enjoy the animals, just don't feed them, and make sure you stay slow for them to keep them safe. Fair enough. First time through, we immediately go through the main gate. There were some kind of African bulls, African buffalo, and then there were regular North American bison, which is really cool to see. We thought at first it might have been Texas Longhorns because the bull had extremely long horns, but for some reason it had nothing to do. And of course, we were the uneducated people who didn't download the audio file to go through as you do it. And immediately through there, we saw some pigs, we saw some hogs, we saw some warthogs, which were really cool. Saw all these little guineas. They're basically like little tiny turkey, like chickens that like run crazy. It was cool, whatever. We saw this main part in the middle that was for lemurs, but we didn't know that quite yet. No one was out, nothing was doing, so we just like, oh, what's that for? Come around the corner, you see all these antelopes, these ostriches, and just all these fun, cool animals that you would see. We're enjoying it. We're going through the different sections. Each have these, there's a grass area, there's a wooded area, there's a nice little pond, lake area for the alligators that they catch and put into that so that they don't have to go out and get killed. It was nice. It was a nice, relaxing thing. And in fact, my wife ordered the upgraded package to where we got to go feed a giraffe. It was really cool to do. We got done and everybody was safe about it. We all had our masks. They only allowed certain people up at certain time. We had our hand sanitizer going. The risk of like COVID and spread stuff, it wasn't that bad because number one, you stayed in your car. And number two, there was a limited amount of people per area. Before we go, we fed the giraffe. My mom tried to steal all this lettuce to feed it extra just because she's a sweet lady. She just wants to give it as much food as possible. And we decided, you know what? Let's go through again. It's been about an hour and a half. Let's see if we can spot anything different. Let's see if there's a different experience. So we get ready to go through and again get the whole thing. Hey, we've already been here, showed them the wristband, all that good stuff. They're like, oh, okay, go ahead. This time around, that little area I was telling you guys about in the very middle, surrounded by the lake, They were lemurs waking up, going out, doing their thing, and it was really cool because we didn't get to see them at first. I think it might have been either one, too early, or two, it might have been a little bit too warm right away. Towards the end, I know usually it heats up throughout the day, but it started to cool off. There's a little bit more breeze, and the animals started waking up, become a little bit more active. All the buffalo that were sitting there, hanging out, eating some breakfast, were in the water, doing all the cool things that they do. We got to experience that, go around, see all the zebras, the giraffes again. We get to this spot, and it's the wooded area, but as it comes, and let me try to do my best way to figure this out. As it comes around the bend, here's the wooded area back here, and there's some grass area. Well, my wife, being a fan of llamas and alpacas, told me to stop the car so she can take pictures. As I was stopping, I see this little emu. I've been seeing this emu throughout the day. Once it was walking towards the gate, other part towards another area. They've been active. They've been walking, but they've been active. And I just kind of look over for a second, and it's on our left, and the alpacas are on my right. My wife's still taking pictures of them. Emu just making its way. I'm like, nah, we'll be gone before he gets here. Starts making its way a little faster, and I go, oh, we might have to roll up our windows. And so my dad and I, we had our windows rolled down. We decided to roll them up just in case the bird came to us. Worst case, it would just, be at our window, whatever. Well, needless to say, of course, when you put the thought in the universe, it happens. Emu just walks right up to the car and goes, oh. We rolled our windows up real quick. I wasn't even tempting it. I wasn't talking to it, nothing. I was just trying to get out there, and he had other plans. I mean, let's face it. He had that look in his eye, look, that one right there, that he was going to do something to us, and I was terrified. So I was trying to go, I started moving my car, and so what does he do? He knows how nice of a person I am. He sticks his little head in my driver's side back wheel, and he puts his head in there. He's like, oh, no, you'll go when I tell you. I got a little scared. And I said, Dad, I can't go. I can't just leave. I'll decapitate it. My dad thought it was funny. My wife thought it was funny. The people behind us started videotaping. Oh, it's hilarious. I knew I was scared. I was dealing with a bully. Walks up to the window, looks inside, and he sees my dad. My dad's laughing. I'm having a good time, but I'm in the back of my mind, I know I'm scared. Wife's having a great time. My mom's having a great time. We're all laughing. Something turns. He gets a little angry. Comes up to the window, looks at me, and said, I don't have anything for you. Flip switch. So I go, okay, I've had enough. I'm leaving. So I start to drive again. What does that bird do? As I'm about to pass, he puts his head in the wheel well again. I can't go anywhere. I'm the nice guy. I can't decapitate a bird on a wildlife forest. What do? My dad, thinking that we were past the bird, rolls down his window because it's a little warm in the car. And I go, Dad, what are you doing? We're not past it. He's like, ah! And starts putting the window back up. Luckily, he got it in time. That bird, I don't know what he was going to do, but he had that look. You know that look. And then he comes up to the front door, driver's side, and looks at me. And I'm terrified. People behind us having a great old time. I'm trying to leave now. I've had enough. Birds scare me. So I started driving. Will well. At this point in time, I don't know if I should or shouldn't decapitate it. But you know what? Again, being the nice guy, being the nature lover I am, don't. He pokes his head out, and I start going a little bit quicker. What does he do? He runs alongside my car. His shoulders just bumping into it the whole time, trying to put his head in the wheel well. I'm going a little bit faster. He's going a little faster. He's like, yeah, where you going, boy? Where you going? I'm terrified. So I stop. I don't want to kill the bird. I don't want to be torn apart by this emu. As you see, it still traumatizes me today to think of what would have happened if I didn't have my windows rolled up. Finally, the alpaca comes around. And I thought it was going to save us. No. Alpaca knows what kind of bird this is. It's kind of like in the street, putting his head down, walks right away. Thought he was going to help me. We're taken hostage on wild Florida. No clue what to do. And yeah, everybody behind us thinks we're having a good old time with this bird. Finally, he says, you know what? I played my game. I'm done with you. Turns around, starts walking towards the woods. I take a second to collect myself, and I start driving. Turns around, looks at me. He knows that I know I'm lucky. The rest of the time, without a hitch, it was awesome. Got to see the alligators again, got to see the crocodiles, got to see the camel. The camel walked right beside us. We got some really close pictures with it. The zebras were out eating, and it was really nice. But if you ever go to wild Florida, or if you ever see a wild emu out, or if you even go to an emu farm, don't you ever let it look into your eyes and know you feared it. Because I don't want you to become a victim just like me. I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. That was it. Unfortunately, we didn't get that many videos, but we were able to get some really nice pictures with my wife's phone. In all seriousness, guys, I did take it a little bit too crazy. I was a little bit dramatic, but I was being dead serious. I had no idea what to do with that bird. I didn't want to decapitate it. I didn't want to hurt it. I'm a very friendly person when it comes to animals. I don't believe in animal cruelty. I just wanted to make sure I didn't do anything to hurt the bird. I wanted to get out of there, but it was a really awkward situation. But I appreciate you guys watching the video. If you're still here, you guys are the true champs. And with that being said, leave a like if you did, comment if you want, subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you're having a great day, great week, great month, great year. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.